Why not?
Hi.
Oh, hi.
He's sleepy, I'm sleepy.
Yeah, I'm sleepy.
But this is our Tuesday video of Seiko 101. And some news. We made a podcast.
It's true, we did.
It's on the website. I haven't figured out how to put it to the iTunes Apple Store thing.
And we recorded it from bed.
Wow. That was info they didn't need to know.
Yes, so I guess it's another Seiko 101 thing. Questions that we get asked a lot are about fake dials, because there's a lot of fakery out there. And it's really tough to tell the originals from reproductions. Without seeing them personally, comparison sometimes is hard. So I have a few examples for you. I don't have anything really truly comprehensive.
Well, we should say where we came up with. Okay, so our podcast is about the 6309, and while we were talking about it, I was holding the watch, and he showed me a fake dial versus a real one, and that's where the idea for talking about fake versus real dials.
Yeah, it's tough. I hope I'm going to be able to give you information that's usable. I will certainly do my best, because I've got a number of different fake dials here, and maybe we can come up with some common elements that will make it easier for you to spot.
Well, I'll see if I can guess before you tell.
I guess. Sure, why not? Okay, so let's break and hit the bench. Can you turn it off?
I will turn it off.
So this is a selection of dials for the 6309 slim case divers. So not the big cushion case, but the little slim case ones.
Okay, so I have to figure out what's real and what's not. This one is badly reloomed. I'll say real.
Trick question.
Real? Oh,
Yeah.
wait, they're over, not even on camera.
That's
And
okay.
fake.
Well,
That's
actually,
my guess.
there's really, these are that's obviously fake because they
Yes.
were never made in this blue. The big way you can the first way to really tell a fake dial is when it has this crazy green lume.
I thought that it was an original dial that someone stripped and reloomed badly.
No, you can tell. The way you can really tell is, again, under magnification, is if we go like this. Let's see if I can do this here. If we go like this, and if you look at the dial printing on the bottom there, see how that Suis symbol over on the right is just sort of a blobby O?
Oh.
The printing is almost always wrong. And see, it's got that weird sort of mint green lume. That's a dead giveaway for just absolute not being correct.
I guess I've seen so many watches come in that were blobby green because someone thought that they could loom. That's why I thought.
Right, but flat printed dials like this, nobody can relume them. They can't. It can't be done. And the way
You can't do it?
well, no, because these Seiko's flat printed dials are actually this. By the way, this is this is your trick question right here, because that's a genuine dial with a fake insert and an incorrect set of hands from an SKX. But one of the things that you can tell, let's see if I can do this.
Oh, I see.
Do you see first, there's that dial printing. See how nice and clear it is?
Uh-huh.
And also, I don't know if you can really tell, this isn't really a great example, but Seiko, when they flat printed these, the lume, one, it's not mint green, but two, it has sort of a linen pattern to the printing.
Oh, I see.
Do you see it?
Yep. Yeah, it's like textured.
Yeah, it's because literally these are screen printed.
Really?
Yeah. And so I'm trying to get an angle on this where people can see it.
There, that's fine.
Is it?
Yeah.
Now this dial, that is genuine. This is from 1977. But with these, the only one, and even I am foxed a little bit by this, the only one that is potentially original in this group maybe Is it this? Yeah, it's
Wait,
this
they're
one.
all fake except for one?
And this one might be fake too. The problem is that the dial text on this one is missing.
I thought that it was fake because there was no text. Oh, but look at the loom.
Yeah. See, what threw me is I was like, well, it's kind of a linen pattern on that loom. Might be. And also, the quality of the printing is good. But that's, I mean, like, it has the right dial surface. It could also be that this is an original dial that got stripped and reprinted, but I'm on the fence about this one. These are all absolutely 100%.
You tricked me.
Well, you know, it's really hard. It's really hard. The also, original Seiko dials should have a date on the back. They're almost, it's very weird and rare to see these without a date.
Really?
Yeah, well, in the 6309 time, absolutely. See if there's a date on that one. No, there's no date on that one. Ah, there you go. So this is a 7548 dial. This was the quartz version of the 6309. Same case.
I can see the linen print from without the magnification.
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's your date.
Mm.
That is what it's supposed to look like. And this works the same as a case back date. Same thing. So we know this was from
1985.
Oh
no! May of, I don't know what decade those came out.
they were made overlapping at the same time as the 6309s.
So in the 70s, 78.
Yep. So May 1978.
I did it.
That's when this was made. And again, you can look and see. Not only is the printing you got the linen printing here, but you can just see how absolutely razor sharp and perfect the dial printing is. How super clean it is, and because Seiko is nothing if not precise. Yeah. Wow. Anyway, so that's a look at some of those things. Oh, the 6309s. Yeah, when you have things like this, that's a real. This is kind of a mind trick thing. Case is original. Case is in sort of original polish, but the top has been rebrushed. What would normally throw me at first glance is that the insert is definitely fake. And you can tell because, well, a genuine insert. Let's see. Where is it? Okay, so here's a genuine insert. Telling these inserts apart, you can always see these. Because nobody in the world gets these correct. Nobody gets these inserts correct. Even the closest insert made today is still slightly
Wait, how
wrong.
can you tell it's correct?
The kicker. Okay, so this is a genuine insert. Okay, it's absolutely flat.
Mm-hmm.
It's got kind of a pebbly finish. Absolutely flat, runs right to the edge.
Uh-huh.
Big flat plastic insert loom window, but the big kicker is that this silver triangle here, there's a little bevel on the inside of the insert, and the silver printed triangle goes over that bevel. Even the best remake in the world, which is Harold Ing, his are really, really, really good. They have the right pattern, and the loom window is right, but he doesn't have the inner bevel, and so that's just, and you don't see the pip going over the corner of it. This is a really common standard insert, and you can just tell it's like the silver's kind of flat. See here, this is kind of like this deep sort of pebbly finish to it, and it looks like the silver has some depth. Like it looks like a lacquer, like a clear coat.
Okay, and that one's fake.
Oh yeah, so fake. And this, you notice how the insert just looks kind of flat. Also, the surface itself is just glossy. It's not pebbled at all.
You're right.
The pip is wrong. Obviously, this is just a blob of lumen here, but you can also see it's not flat. See, it curves off on the top here around the edge. It's not absolutely flat right to the edge. It curves off there, and it curves off a little bit here, but you'll see the silver just comes right to the edge and stops. There's no bevel, and it doesn't go over the edge. Those are the kickers for those inserts.
Huh.
And see right there. There you go. See the bevel? See the shiny point as I go there?
Uh-huh.
That's the thing. No one in the world does that. Seiko is the only company that does that. These inserts are anodized too, and they're very, very durable. These things scratch like hell.
because they're junk.
So then if you're on eBay and you see a scratched up one, then that's fake.
No.
No?
No. It's just when I look at these, the first thing I always look at is this bit. Always. The second I look at that, I'm like, it's obviously fake. Boom. The next thing I always look for is to see the shine of this curved edge here. If that's there, it's completely fake. But but also, the silver printing, you can just tell it's not correct. But the fact that the tip stops right there and doesn't wrap over and there's no bevel, that's the dead giveaway.
Okay, but when someone's on eBay and they take a picture, they're not going to get it from that angle. So you just look at how shiny the numbers are?
Yeah, but even here, okay, so here's our eBay photograph in my hand. I look, and I can still see the curve right here. And I can also see that the pip is too low, and that it doesn't have a plastic over the top, and that it just doesn't look right. And they don't age correctly. Even when they scratch, they just don't age correctly. It's hard to explain, but there's right and then there's not right. And when you start looking at them repeatedly, you can say, okay, that ain't right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the thing is, it's down to little minutia. The big key is to really be able to find good examples of what good looks like and then be able to compare. Because when you compare garbage to the real thing, the garbage stands out. Like, this is the worst of these dials, the worst of them.
Oh, now I feel so dumb.
No, it's very, very, very fine.
Well, don't you see my reasoning, though?
Sure. No, I understand.
Okay.
But it's like, you can see the two different things. If we're looking at these two dials, you can see that you've got this ridiculous green lume versus this is original lume that's grayed out. The dial printing here is sort of blobby and weird, and it's sort of shiny and on the surface. This is not like that. It's much cleaner and much sharper. Obviously, it has the wrong SUA symbol. The lume is sort of weirdly green. I don't know. It's just...
Well, I stand by my assumption on the loom that people relume things ugly all the time.
Well, they do, but I mean, reluming a flat dial is really, really, really hard.
Well, how was I supposed to know that?
It's really, really, really hard to do. Like this, actually. I'm trying to clean this off here. So this is the watch. This is the 6309 that I pulled out, and I said, oh, well, this is a fake dial. This is a fake dial that, this watch is an old school mod. Hang on just one second. I'm trying to clean this crystal. This watch is an old school mod. This used to happen a lot around like the 2010 time period when 6309s were not terribly expensive and people would sort of hot rod them. So somebody satin finished this entire case, which is really unfortunate because it's a big cutout case, which was pretty cool. Anyway, but when they did this modification, for some reason, they paid Jack at International Watchworks to relume the dial and hands, but the dial and hands are aftermarket. They're not genuine, so they paid real money to have this thing relume. But Jack is the only one I know who can do this, but even he can't do the correct Seiko reluming with just lume dot in the middle of the thing. Yeah,
but you said that they have like the special linen thingy.
Right. But this is the thing. What I'm trying to say, though, is that the only way... Jack is the only person I know who does any kind of credible job reluming flat dials. And even he does it by basically saying, screw it, and he just looms right to the edge of the white marker. He doesn't stay inside.
Oh, I see that.
Right, so he just looms right to the edge so the entire marker is taken up. But this, again, that's a Hong Kong dial.
Oh.
It's another fake dial. One of the classic fake dials. But anyway, but it's just, I'm not really aware of, there are more fakers in the Far East now who are trying to basically fake these dials, and they're doing so complete with like patinaed 70s style tan lume. They're getting better. They're specifically trying to do it to fake the Scuba Pro dials, which is where the 6306s had a big Scuba Pro 450 right here. They're incredibly valuable. So, of course, they're being faked. But also, of course, they're being faked badly. And so they don't look right. Anyway. So there you go. There's Jack. This is like, if you needed to go back in time and pass yourself off as a cool guy in like the 2008, 2010 time frame, this is the watch that you would wear. This is the cool guy mod. I don't think people would do this anymore. I keep thinking I should do something with this. It's a nicely done case, but I don't wear mods. So what are you going to do? Anyway, so that's a brief overview of
Yes.
7002s and 6009s and dials and stuff.
Yeah, that's all I was thinking of doing.
Cool. Alrighty then. Well, that's it. Hopefully that helps. If you have any questions, just ask down at the bottom.